What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Big Show Sports Podcast with Kelston Jones. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I know today was not actually the start of college football, but college football, in a sense, has changed since the coronavirus. It's kind of weird not seeing a lot of fans at the game. So I hope next year things will be better. Because if you looked at a few games today, a lot of things seem really different. The atmosphere and the excitement of the game has changed, drastically. So, like I said, I hope next year everything is back together and we can have fans in the stadium and making loud noises and enjoying the game. But let's get you to the games that happened Thursday on September 3rd. Let's catch everybody up. Some people probably missed the games and didn't know, so let's just catch up. UAB beat Clinton, Arkansas 45-35. South Alabama beat Southern Miss 32-21. Those games was on September the 3rd. So let's go to Saturday, September 5th. Marshall shut out East Kentucky 59-0. And let's keep on going. We have a few other games that happened Saturday as well. UTEP beat Stephen F. Austin 24-14. Memphis beat Arkansas State. North Texas beat Houston Panthers, and SMU beat Texas State. And on Monday, September 7th, BYU beat Navy 55-3. That was week 1. So let's catch up to week 2. But to get everybody caught up on the college, football deal, a lot of players opt out. I know LSU had a few players to opt out as well. And with the transfer, pro tool that they have, I'm glad a lot of players from Bama and the other big schools did opt out, but LSU had a few players to opt out as well. So let's get to the games today. North Carolina beat Syracuse 31-6, and Louisiana Lafayette, could we say an upset? They beat Iowa State, the number 23 team in the country, 31-14. And Notre Dame beat Duke 27-13. Notre Dame is the number 10 team in the country. And we have a few other games coming on later today. We have Oklahoma, the number 5 team in the nation, going up against Missouri State. My predictions in that game, Oklahoma will run away with that game because it's way too much firepower that the Oklahoma Sooners have. They're a great team from offensive, defense, secondary, offensive line, defensive line. Oklahoma State is the real deal, I think. So they would run the table in their conference also. Clemson and Wake Forest. Clemson's number 1 team in the nation. They're going up against Wake Forest. That's going to be a runaway game. Also, Clemson will have their way with Wake Forest and Texas and UTEP. Texas is the number 14 team in the nation. I don't know about Texas yet. I'm not too much sold on them yet. So, but they have beat UTEP also. So, and Friday game has been postponed. I know it's kind of late, but the UCF and Florida National game has been postponed. So let's get you to week 3 games that's coming up. We're going to get everybody caught up into next week. So Oklahoma State Cowboys, they play Tulsa. That will be a shootout with Oklahoma State. They will win that game, and I think they will win big. And Cincinnati and Austin pray. You have North Carolina versus Charlotte. North Carolina will win that game. They'll be 2-0. And UCF and Georgia Tech and Clemson and the Cathedral, they will be playing also. That's in week 3. So them are games that we're not accustomed to, because like I said before, due to the coronavirus, man, we have all kinds of great games. And now those games have been pushed back, postponed, and over with. So we're going to hope for next year that we'll have a better season next year in college football. So I'm going to have my predictions again in the SEC. Alabama will run the table in the SEC, but my dark horse team in the SEC is Tennessee. A lot of people they pick Tennessee almost every year to come out of their division, but Tennessee they always fold. They do good in the beginning of the season, but when we get to the great games, the big games, they fold and they give up. They don't play hard. So Tennessee is my dark horse team to watch. So everybody be on watch for Tennessee. But I think Alabama, they will run the table. They will take their conference. So, but I'm also looking at Florida. I know there's a lot of Gator fans out there. I'm looking at Florida because Florida is a very, very good team as well. So you have to really give, credit, where it's due. So we're gonna see how that goes with the Florida Gators this year. And Oklahoma, of course, they're gonna take their division because Oklahoma is very stacked. They're a very dangerous squad also. So we're gonna see how they go this year. And let's switch over to some NBA news today. The NBA with the LA Lakers. They're going to take care of Houston tonight. They're going to take care of Houston. What a lot of people have to understand, LeBron James is on a mission. This man is on an absolute tear. I can see the LA Lakers going to the finals and possibly playing Boston, but you have to watch out for the Miami Heat also because the Heat they're not taking anything sitting down. Miami is a team to be reckoned with, led by Jimmy Butler. He's coming out of that shell. He is showing you that he can lead a team, and I'm happy to see the Miami Heat playing great ball behind Jimmy Butler. But can he keep this up going further into the NBA playoffs? So I'm looking forward to seeing how Jimmy Butler can take the East. But let's get back to LeBron James and the LA Lakers. They're going to beat Houston. But the thing is, how far can LeBron take them? Can he take them to the finals? No, as I said that earlier, he can take them to the finals. And they can possibly win the finals. But if it is Boston that they play, let's just throw it out there. It's going to go to 7. If it's Boston that they play. If it's Miami, they'll sweep Miami. Because you know why? Because the Lakers are too big. The Lakers and they play fast ball. But remember one thing with LeBron James. When he loses the first game, he uses that game as the focal point on what he needs to do better in the second game. And that's what he done. He was aggressive, he wanted it, and he's hungry. So keep watching out for the Lakers. So that's what a lot of people need to understand with LeBron and the LA Lakers. But the NBA as a whole, since the coronavirus came, it kind of took interest away from a lot of people. A lot of people have not watched the NBA playoffs. They're shying away. A lot of people are waiting until everything get back to normal. So let's talk about the Greek Freak. We know they were knocked out the playoffs. So a lot of things is going on now with the Greek Freak. Will he be back with the Milwaukee Bucks? Well, this is my prediction with that. You have to put players around him. If you can put players around him, he will be back. But if you're not trying to build around him or try to get him help, he may leave. And it's a few teams that I can see him going to. And Miami Heat is one of them. I can see him with Miami. Golden State, I don't know. You have to think, well, who would you give up to get the Greek Freak because we know he can play. He's still young. He still has time to get even better. But the thing is does he want to stay in Milwaukee? Does he want to build a contender in Milwaukee? But how will it be to get other stars to go to Milwaukee? Also, that's the thing. That's a key thing to get other stars to believe in your goal and believe in your dream to come to Milwaukee and to give you the help that you need. I don't think Bledsoe is a good point guard. I just don't think so. And in Middlebrook, you got to kind of look at your pieces that you have around you. You have back yourself. Well, will the Colts be back next year? I don't think so, but that has remained to be unseen right now. But the focal point is on Guinness. Will he be back next year? My best bet, if I was Guinness, I would stay. I would stay and be that loyal guy, be that player, and then just get players around him. And with the injury, I'm not gonna give him a pass for that because injuries is a part of the game. That is a part of the everyday life of an NBA player, football player, baseball player. That is the thing in sports. You can't get a pass because you're injured. That's not that's no excuse for that. So we hope that he can decide and choose where he wants to do with his career. Is it still with Milwaukee? Will it be out of Milwaukee? But I can give you 5 teams that I can see him going to. Some may agree, some may not agree. But let's start off with the Warriors. What will the Warriors do to get a player like the Greek Freak? I can see him going to Miami, Atlanta, maybe even the Pelicans. And also some may look at it. I don't know. How about the San Antonio Spurs? Could he fit in that rotation? So we will see what can come out of that. And the Clippers, we're not going to spend too much time on the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers, how really good are the Clippers? Let's just throw it out there. Let's just say they do play the Lakers in the conference finals. Who will win that game? We all know the Clippers, they're good. You got PG-13 and you got Kawhi Leonard. You got guys that can play. But will it be a great series? Yeah, it'll be a good series. It won't be bad. It'll be a pretty good series. But the Lakers, I think, beat the Clippers. But it'll come to a game 7 if them two teams decide to play. Them teams do come together and someday play together. The LA Lakers, they'll beat the Clippers in 7. So we're going to leave the NBA for a bit, and we're going to go to some NFL news. I know we have a lot of Viking fans. They signed Dalvin Cook to an extension. So the man got paid. He got some money. So that's a good thing. So now, because he performs, he's not a bad running back. He is a top 10 running back. I don't care what nobody says. Dalvin Cook is a top 10 running back. He showed you what he can do. So Minnesota did what was right. You got to take care of your players. You got to take care of your core players. If you don't take care of your core players, they're going to leave. They want to go somewhere else. You got to take care of your core players. So now that he got paid, his production should shoot through the roof now. I really believe so. His production should go through the roof. We're going to get on some NFL predictions in a few minutes after we finish talking about NFL news. How do y'all think about Marshawn Lattimore? Should he be one of the highest paid cornerbacks? And this is what I say. Some may not agree, but this is what I say to it. He has to reach his potential. If you wanna get paid like the best, you have to play your best. You have to live up to your potential. You have to show the people in New Orleans, why should we make you the highest paid cornerback? Okay. You have to show us what you can do. You're just not gonna get a big contract and think, okay, well, no, you have to show year out and year out of why should we pay you the big bucks. So he has to show up, and I think the game that he will show up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up tomorrow. That will be the game of the week in my eyes, and I will be watching Marshall Lattimore. If he has a great game farther on down the line in the offseason, New Orleans may pay the man, but he have to show it game in and game out of why he should get paid. And let's talk about Jimmy Graham. I know a lot of people, they wrote Jimmy Graham off a few years ago, but I haven't yet wrote Jimmy Graham off yet. I still think that Jimmy Graham, he has time. He still has a few, years ahead of him to get back to where he was as a great tight end. So he's with Chicago now. I think he will do great. Just give the man the ball and let him work. You have a good defense led by Khalil Mack. You have Eddie Jackson back there, and you have Fuller at your cornerback. So it shouldn't be a problem for Chicago this year. It's going to be kind of rough, but it's going to be rough because I don't trust the quarterback there in Chicago yet. I really think Chicago should have went somewhere else and got a decent quarterback. But we're going to see how far the Chicago Bears can go, and if they get Jimmy Graham involved. If you can get Jimmy Graham involved, Jimmy Graham can give you touchdowns. He can give you yards. So let's see how Chicago does. But I know some people want to say, well, the division. Minnesota may take a division. But I want to talk about Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers, he has a chip on his shoulder, and he has a point to prove. He is one of the elite quarterbacks, top 5. He has a strong arm. He's accurate. He doesn't make bad decisions. He's not going to put his team in a awkward position. Aaron Rodgers, he will possibly, if he can play lights out, if he can do what he has to do, Aaron Rodgers, without a shadow of a doubt, he will win his third MVP. Let's not get it wrong. I'm not a Green Bay fan, but sometimes it's good to be a realist. It's good to tell it like it is. I think Aaron Rodgers could win his third MVP this year. So he, play lights out, keep doing the thing that he's doing, but you have to put pieces around Aaron Rodgers. And I say that about a lot of quarterbacks. You have to put pieces around your stars. You have to put somebody with him. A few names came out, to mind that they could look at, but I don't think they will. But Aaron Rodgers, he will have a good year. I'm looking for him to get his third MVP. But if he don't get his third MVP, hey, it's on me. And let's talk about the rookie, Chase Young. Chase Young, I think he will set the rookie sack record this year. But some people that I've spoken to, they were like, I would sit him. Why? Why would you sit him? Let the man play. And I think if he plays, which he will, I think he will set the rookie sack record that was held by Mr. Kersey and Devon Kersey. He played with the Tennessee Titans. So I think Chase Young will get it because he's quick and he's elusive. He's a great player. So I hope he can bring that speed to the Washington football team because they don't really have much. They have Landon Collins back there at safety, but they really don't have too much to brag about or to talk about as much. So we're gonna see how Mr. Chase can do. They with the quarterback there, Hackett. I don't trust him, but I realize I understand Alex Smith with his injury. So it kind of threw everything out of the loop for me. But one more other thing in the NFL news today, the Saints are looking at trying to sign Alvin Kamara. You would be crazy if you don't sign him back. So let's get you to some games for the NFL on Sunday. The Jets and the Buffalo Bills. That would be a great game. But you know what? We'll run away with this game because of the defense. They have a very good defense. And I think they will, matter of fact, the Bills will take that division. Mark my words. The Bills will take that division. Let's go to Green Bay and the Minnesota Vikings. Another great game on the schedule. Green Bay and Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers, can he do it? He's gonna pull it off. I got Green Bay winning that game. The Eagles and the Washington football team. That's a no-brainer. The Eagles will win that game. But let me talk about Carson Wentz right quick. He's always injured. If the wind rolls on the wrong way, he's injured. So I think that's why they got Jalen Hurts in the draft, to push him a little bit. But Carson Wentz, he has to remain healthy. If he stays healthy, he is a great quarterback. So I'm going to go out the Eagles to beat Washington. My Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. You have to be real about it. You can't sugarcoat it. You have to be downright real. The Ravens will beat the Browns, but it will be a close one. It will be a fight. The Indiana Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville, they don't have anything in Jacksonville. I don't even know what's going on there. It's a big mess in Jacksonville. Indiana will beat them, but Phillip Rivers, he will have a field day. The Panthers and the Raiders. The Raiders, to me, you got a great receiver, a good receiver in Henry Ruggs. So if David Carr can connect with him and give that man the ball, the Raiders will be great. But with Teddy Bridgewater, you really don't know what you're going to get out of him. You really don't. Just because he played them couple of games in New Orleans, it doesn't really mean anything. So that game there, I'm going to pick the Panthers, but it's going to be a close one. Chicago and the Lions, well, Adrian Peterson, top 20 running back. He's going to Detroit. So what will that do? So we're going to go with the Detroit Lions with that pick. And the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta, I'm going to go with Seattle. The Dolphins, Patriots, I'm going with the Dolphins. The Chargers and the Bengals, I'm going with the Chargers because we don't know what you're going to get out of Joe Burrow yet. And the Cardinals and the 49ers, we don't know about this game yet because of the fires out in California. I think that game should be canceled. You have to think about the safety of the players and the staff and whatnot. And the Buccaneers and the Saints, the Buccaneers will win that game. Tom Brady, 3 touchdowns. Cowboys, Rams, that's Sunday night. The Rams and the Steelers, Giants. We got 2 games Monday night. Steelers, Giants. I will be going with the Steelers. And Titans, Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos. So we're going to see where that goes for that game. But I am running out of time for right now. But I want to thank everybody for listening to the Big Sean Sports Podcast. Thank you very much.